In the shadowy corners of myth and legend, the 7 princes of hell stand as towering evil overlords of the underworld, each embodying one of the 7 deadly sins. These princes, born from the darkest imaginings of humanity, they are the ultimate manifestation of vices that can lead us astray. This is a journey far beyond hope and the possibility of salvation. We will travel through the depths of hell itself, where we find each of these 7 overlords. Lucifer, once the bearer of light, now reigns as the Prince of Pride. His story begins in the heavens, a tale of beauty unmatched, wisdom unparalleled, and a fall of epic proportions. Lucifer's pride was his undoing, a refusal to bow, a challenge to the very throne of creation. Cast down into the depths of hell, his name became synonymous with rebellion, with the sin of placing oneself above all others, even the divine. Lucifer's palace shimmers with a false light, a reminder of what was lost and a beacon to those who would follow in his footsteps. His tale warns of the dangers of unchecked ego, of the isolation and downfall that follow the belief in one's infallibility. Back in our mortal world, Lucifer whispers in the ears of kings and leaders, stoking continually the fires of arrogance and hubris. He is the shadow behind every tyrant, the chill in the heart of every dictator. His influence is subtle, a nudge towards the belief that one is beyond reproach, beyond error. In the darkened halls filled with gold and jewels beyond imagining lies Mammon, the prince of greed. His realm is a monument to the insatiable hunger for wealth, a place where gold flows like water, and yet not a single soul feels rich. Mammon's story is a cautionary tale of desire without end, of the emptiness that lies at the heart of avarice. He teaches that true wealth is found not in possessions, but in contentment, in the ability to find richness in the simple abundance of life. Mammon's influence seeps into the world of mortals through the glitter of gold and the promise of power that only wealth can bring. He is the whisper in the ear of the miser, the urge that drives the thief, and the ambition that fuels the corrupt. Beelzebub presides over a banquet that never ends, a feast of such gluttony where the tables groan under the weight of endless delicacies, and yet no one leaves satisfied. For the prince of gluttony, Beelzebub's domain is one of excess in all things, a warning against the dangers of overindulgence, of losing oneself in the pursuit of pleasure. His subjects gorge themselves in an attempt to fill the vast emptiness inside, not realizing that true fulfillment comes from moderation, from the balance between indulgence and restraint. In our mortal realm, Beelzebub's influence is seen in the obsession with consumption, in the endless quest for more and yet more food, more drink, more pleasure. He is the voice that urges one to abandon self-control, to give in to every desire, every whim. Asmodeus reigns over a realm of shadow and flame, where desires burn too bright and passion leads always to ruin. The Prince of Lust, his power lies in the corruption of love, twisting it into obsession and desire into a force that consumes all in its path. Asmodeus' tale is a warning against the dangers of letting base desires control our actions, of mistaking physical attraction for genuine connection. His kingdom, a testament to the destruction wrought by unbridled lust, a place where souls are lost in the pursuit of but fleeting pleasures, forgetting the enduring warmth of true love. Asmodeus whispers in the moments of weakness, urging individuals to betray, to covet, and to take what is not freely given. His influence is felt in broken hearts and shattered vows, in the loneliness that follows the pursuit of gratification, without regard for consequence. Deep in the murky waters of his realm, Leviathan, the prince of envy, coils in wait. His is a domain of cold and dark jealousy, where happiness is poisoned by the sight of another's joy, Leviathan's story, that envy diminishes us, turning our focus outward in resentment instead of inward in self-improvement. He shows that the only path to contentment lies in celebrating the success of others, in finding joy in their joy, and in recognizing that another's fortune does not detract from our own. And yet, he also whispers, slithers through the hearts of men and women, sowing discord and discontent. He is the chill that comes when we compare our lives to others, the shadow that dims the light of our own achievements. His influence drives wedges between friends, turns allies into rivals, and leaves individuals isolated in a sea of but bitterness. Belphegor's domain is a quiet, neglected garden where nothing grows and time stands still. The prince of sloth, Belphegor embodies the sin of inaction, the decay that comes from unused potential, his realm a reminder of the tragedy that befalls those who waste their talents, who choose idleness over effort and comfort over the pursuit of their dreams. He teaches that the greatest treasures are often found on the other side of hard work, that fulfillment comes not from avoiding challenges, but from meeting them head on. And yet he, too, whispers and tempts with the promise of ease, with the allure of a life free from struggle, free from concern. His voice, the one that urges us to procrastinate, to give up, to settle for less than we are capable of achieving. And yet, we come to the last. In the heart of a raging inferno stands Satan, the prince of wrath, his realm a battlefield of endless anger and endless violence. Satan embodies the destructive power of uncontrolled, unbridled rage, the harm that comes from acting on our worst impulses, and the devastation that follows unchecked aggression. His influence most acutely felt in moments of conflict, in the heat of an argument, in the rush to judgment, and in the thirst for vengeance. He is the spark that ignites feuds, the force that turns disagreements into wars. He is the thirst for global conflict. The 7 princes of hell, each a master of his vice, serve as dark mirrors reflecting our own struggles with sin. Yet, within their stories lie the seeds of redemption, lessons on how to overcome the darkness and step back into the light. By facing these shadows, we learn not only about the nature of evil, but about the strength of virtue, the power of choosing the right path even when temptation beckons. But for many of us, this will never be the case. Darkness will shadow their lives. So as we conclude our journey through the realms of the 7 princes, let us carry forward these lessons, shining brightly against the darkness, guiding us on our path towards a better, more virtuous life, or perhaps the opposite.